It sounds like...
Hi, so, my name is Julia, and let's see, I'm just going to do a quick introduction because it's weird to sit in front of people for 10 minutes and not explain who I am. I do a comic called The Fart Party, and my new book is called Drinking at the Movies. Before I start the reading, I kind of want to just put a little disclaimer on this. Is one of the things I talk about is being in rehab, and I recently read this comic at another comic book store, and nobody talked to me afterwards, and it was really awkward for me. And later I talked to some people, and I was like, why does everyone hate me? And someone explained that a lot of people there were drinking and felt really uncomfortable, like, coming up to me with a drink. So I want to say that if that's, like, not an issue at all, if you want to talk to me afterwards, unless you just don't like me, don't want to talk to me, that's totally fine, too. I just might, like, stand really close to you and smell your beer, but that would be awkward for all of us. So that's all. Then I will start reading it. I don't know what I'm doing. That?
Yeah.
Dreams, a brief history. The earliest dream I can remember occurred when I was about 4. It involved a large Sesame Street-looking worm who was trying to make me solve math problems despite the fact that I was too young. I'm trying, it's just I don't know how. I remember vividly a dream I had when I was 6, in which I was picnicking with the Muppets when I suddenly had to pee. Voice. Can everyone hear me? Do I need to move this? Hello? Talking to it? Okay. Unable to find a bathroom, I relieved myself in the bushes behind a rock. Unfortunately, the action carried over into real life. I totally pissed the bed. Ever since, whenever I see the Muppets, I'm struck with a sudden yet mercifully fleeting urge to urinate. The rest of my childhood dreams are fairly ordinary. And then I was in the living room, but it wasn't our living room, but it was, you know? And like the duck from U.S. Acres was there with a box of baby salamanders. I was like, what? The only reoccurring dream I had was about being lost in a jellyfish aquarium, which once happened in real life. It was actually at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. It gave me weird abandonment issues. In my teen years, I frequently had home invasion nightmares. I suspect this was a direct effect of teen slasher films. I'm gonna stab your face off! No! During the rare lucid dream, I always defaulted to a specific agenda. Oh, I'm dreaming. I have to find someone to make out with. Stat. Age has not swayed this mission. It's just made it a little bit more sexual. In my late teens, I went through a brief period of fascination with dictators, some of whom tended to pop up into my dreams at the most inappropriate times. Fidel, I thought you were Axl Rose. My dream life took a turn for the worst in my mid-20s after my first real attempt to quit drinking. I began to have horrifying, epic nightmares in which I was constantly trying to survive the apocalypse without any shoes on. It's all shattered glass and splintered bones. I'll never make it out alive. For many years, nightmares and/or insomnia repeatedly foiled my attempts to quit drinking. Now, fuck sobriety and getting my life back together. I just want to sleep. I tried over-the-counter prescription sleeping pills, but they always had the adverse effect. Why am I awake right now? It defies human biology. I didn't understand that after years of drinking myself to sleep, my body chemistry was altered to the point where I didn't know how to shut down without alcohol. I'm going to be awake for the rest of my life. This is so serious. Sorry. While in rehab, I told the psychiatrist about my sleep and dream issues. I'm either sleeping at all, or I'm either not sleeping at all, or I'm sleeping, and I'm just having, like, the worst time of it. He prescribed a sleep medication that also had been proven to help quell nightmares. But how does it work? Will it suppress my imagination? Because my job is basically to sit around and think up absurd things, and I can't be having any of that. Well, Miss Wertz, would you rather drink all day and pass out all night until your brain turns to mush, or would you rather get sober, sleep well, and stop having nightmares all the time? Well, when you put it like that. However, even when put like that, I still had to think about it. I was, after all, still clinging to a life heavily supported by alcohol. What if my subconscious is trying to warn me that the world is about to be overrun with headless elephants? I ended up taking the medication out of sheer exhaustion over the way I was living. Well, here goes nothing. Lo and behold, the nightmares eased up and my dreams were more amiable. You must get these peppercorns to the sea. It is your destiny. But what if I fail? What if I fail? And everyone will die. Eventually, my sleep pattern became regular again. Guess how many hours of sleep I had last night? 8 totally normal, boring, motherfucking hours. Sometimes I have dreams that border on nightmares. A giant crocodile is going to destroy the whole village. We must flee to the countryside. Should have read that in a British accent. Although now they're not nearly as terror-inducing. Take the monkey and this box of kittens, and I'll meet you at the farm. Of course, my dreams are still strange, as is the nature of dreaming. Ah, Hitler, what are you doing here? I'm trying to have sex with Neil Patrick Harris. But at least I'm finally sleeping. He's gay. Ah, you ruin everything.